everyone, welcome to Anita's channel. Today I'm going to share with you some basic resource planning and budgeting so that we can have a very successful life. And first of all, of course, we need to define what is success for us. And also that means you're probably determined to achieve certain goal, for example, raise a family, buy a car, buy a house. Those are the major decisions. So how do we plan well? So welcome to MY Training Consulting. We're a group of enthusiastic tech people who share knowledge, and we meet regularly. And we deliver integrated solution and also digital transformation as well. As a community, we learn and grow together. Myself, I have worked for many companies in the last 16 years, including fast-moving manufacturing, utilities, mining, education, public services, dairy, and beverages as well. Some of the most enjoyable projects are the one with the global counterparts, where we work in different time zones, especially when we need to deal with the rollout, go live. Not only the system and process we need to change, but also helping people to walk along that journey. Just for disclaimer, so we need to be compliant, hence any view of information, discussion of the content of this website and presentation is best as we do the research. There will be timestamp and also the validity of information as it changes. If you're looking for a mentorship program which has a support network, help you grow, and also you feel safe to share your information and learn from each other's lessons. What I've found in the past, since I was in high school, is very much push myself to the next level and learn from the mistakes and come back quickly. There are times that probably need a little bit more time to recover, but we become more resilient afterwards. So feel free to join us. It's a free program. Each of the session we focus on the new capability. For example, our last session was decision quality. We discussed about what are the key elements to help us to navigate. Being decisive is a very good attribute, and that helps you to move quicker. For example, when I am ready to negotiate my next pay rise or next position. So take note. Introduction, plan for success. So if you are very clear goal of what success means, it could be satisfaction of contributing in your community, maybe earning enough money to raise a family, buy a house, etc. So everyone has their own key milestone in life, and how you make decision on prioritizing your resources, time, energy, and money. Okay, make sure that relationship is also part of your development as well, because there's no point, earning a lot of money but losing everyone else, like the friends. So I'm not saying that we can't earn money and make friends at the same time. Just be careful on the type of people you deal with. People sharing similar values and objectives usually can work well in a much longer term, becoming the strategic partner and grow together. Okay, so part of the series, we focus on planning, forecasting. These are the key elements, because if we know what we spend, why we spend it for, what is the return on investment, that helps us to make the next decision. Because there are some money we spend is essential, for example, medical, healthcare, maintaining the efficiency of the asset, and things like that. So big decisions, small decisions, we need to choose the university course, for example, choose the right job, find the right trusted advisor. It could be your medical advisor, legal business partner, and also the taxation matters, finance. Okay, the team that you work with to share the common values efficient emissions, and that helps to grow quicker. Resource and budgeting. This is just an example of our everyday life. If you run a business, you have a lot more to consider. From my early times at uni, and I was focusing on essential only, I really much used the money for the growth assets, or very much find ways to maintain, let's say, the brain, intellectual property in the best way possible. So I keep learning, growing, so I'm in position to increase the value offering, hence I get the promotion. I'm happy to help you with the negotiation technique in part of the career program, which is separate from the mentorship program. That would be a fee base. I will share with you the website so you can contact me afterwards. So these are the elements that we spend a lot. Why I emphasize insurance, because that protect you in case of crisis. So you want to make sure that your car keep running with minimal downtime, so you get a reliable repairer to do the job, or you can get a hire car in the meantime when they're repairing. Because if the car is critical for your success and operation, you don't want to lose it. Okay, having a good health and both physical and mental is important in terms of our own efficiency and also decision-making quality as well. Because if I feel down, I won't be able to make quality decision and make sure that we don't rush as well. And in general, really look into the dollar spend, or is it invest into a growth asset. Talk about growth assets and spending. We spend a lot on accommodation depending on the level of the scale. I have outlined the two major choices, like purchase with mortgage. The right one is on rental aspect. Okay, so the reason why I share with you both of these, because that makes a difference. We might not be able to buy it right in the beginning. We need to save some capital for it. So if you can reduce your overall rental spend in the beginning, that would be the best option. Of course, you do consider, let's say, location, access to essential services, relatively enjoyment as well. Once you decided what type of housing suits you and your family potentially, then you probably want to stick with it for a few years at least. Then you can consider whether buying a second investment property is part of your portfolio when it comes to investing and growing your assets. Always focus on items that you can appreciate, okay? Buying car is one thing, buying other items that depreciate but give you enjoyment or essential for operation, that's absolutely fine. Anything non-essential or luxury depends on your earning capability. So talk about learning capability. We have got graduate salary from talent.com. Typical range between the 60 to 80, depends on what job you have. Some of the IT advanced skills, but also specialist professional like medical seems to attract higher income. Of course, saying so, there are lots of trades that are critical in part of the major construction infrastructure investment plan. So talk about numbers. How are you faring and how long are we looking at before we can buy the house or buy a car? I'm just halving these because if we put the years, it's easier to follow on. It doesn't mean that we have the same level of standard when it comes to, okay, what we can get for 500K in terms of property, things like that. This gives you a simple picture of how we forecast. Feel free to use a model or consult your own financial advisor. So first row, salary after tax. So it is with the progressive planning and possible field promotion, and living expenses, just keep it moderate. Okay, additional fund, it could be in your second career, your investment return, things like that. So it's a good idea to have second career. I have done a lot of leadership work in high school, which helped me to grow and be elected as an officer in a major organization. Saying so, I fast-tracked it and also learn and fail and grow very quickly. Of course, having a mentor around is important. And hence now I'm paying forward and be a mentor. Scenario number 2, you probably see the difference between buying a 50K car and buying a 700K house. So you see, third year buying the car versus the second year for a more reliable, maybe essential basic level car. Okay. However, there's certain jobs that might require a more powerful tools or vehicles. Okay. However, to achieve the savings, to have deposit, we probably need to wait a bit longer for a 700K house, and take into the account that the house price might increase along the way. So do budget well. The tip that I usually apply is really much go lean in the beginning or when we prepare to buy a house, because the more dollar you have in your deposit, the less interest you're paying for. So yes, so first few years usually pretty hard, and I have gone through it myself very much. Generate your second income, reduce your interest, and I learned it very early on because I was paying 9% interest at one point. Okay, so many ways to improve the financial position so that you're ready to buy a house. First of all, staying lean, living lean. I know that there are times where we want to celebrate. Do celebrate because you work so hard, need to relax a little bit, and also focus on well-being activities. Some of these might be covered by the company, and some of that probably worth investing for your own good. Education and training program that focus on a niche, on demand area, so you can get a very decent increase salary for certain roles. Keep an eye on what is needed in the next 5 years career-wise, because that would drive a major change. So you're ready before the job is needed, and because there aren't too many people on those space, you can negotiate in a much better way. So what helps to make decision? What and why it is for, okay? What sort of return? Is it for more satisfaction or improving relationship, or you have a more secure and more sustainable living arrangement? How can you achieve that, and what are the decision makers? Because sometimes it's not just you making the decision. The bank would determine how much you can borrow, and your ability to serve the loan by having a decent job or proof of income stability. Hence, that's why it's good to only buy after maybe 2 years or 3 years in the career. Risk mitigation. Make sure that you have continuity plan, including what if you have got sick and cannot earn an income for a few months. The mortgage won't stop unless you kind of explain what happened and negotiate the move forward plan. And what happened if the house burned down? Did you have a relevant house insurance? That's why insurance is important to be covered. All right. Of course, having a temporary accommodation helps to navigate the journey. Decision development. Make sure that you have a calm mindset when it comes to it. Depends on whether you go with the factual or more emotional when it comes to decision making. The different type of decisions, so it's completely up for the individual choice. Make sure that whoever needs to be responsible for know what is going on, who's accountable for, who should be informed or consult. So sometimes having independent advice helps. Make sure that there's a safe zone when you share the proposal of the next decision, because it will impact one way or the other. And if they're ready for it, then you can work with the people along the same journey as we usually do in change management program. Just the story to explain what the scenarios helps as well. So hopefully the content help you to craft or plan your next chapter. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me or book a session, application free, of course, through my website. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Anita Wong, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe.